It's time that we looked at more awesome PSA graded Pokemon cards. Let's go. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon fans. Welcome to another PlaySkape Games video. And today we've got more awesome PSA graded Pokemon cards to show you. Just another little submission that we sent off about 2 months ago. If you click this, if you click the video above, you can actually see when we made predictions on these cards that we received back and see how close that we got to those. We're gonna basically keep an eye on our scores every time we send off cards, and try and see how well we can sort of predict Pokemon grades and stuff. So yes, please check that out if you want to see the cards in their raw form and our predictions on them. But please remember, if you are watching and you want to support the channel, we're going to be giving away a awesome Champions Path Elite Trainer box when we get to 2,000 subscribers. Please click that subscribe button. And yeah, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, we're going to be opening some beautiful tins and giving away that Champions Path Elite Trainer box. But yeah, let's just jump straight into the Pokemon and PSA graded returns. Gotta catch them all. And here are the PSA graded returns from the previous video. So we sent them off to PSA on a quick service, and yeah, we're going to go through them and show you guys the awesome cards that we got. So every time we do this, we're going to be sending off 20 cards or so, and we're going to be making predictions based on what grade we think we'll get. So the score is basically 2 points for getting a grade on the nose. So like we predict a 10, it comes back a 10, that's 2 points. 1 point if we get within 1 point, one range of a grade. So if we predict a 9 and it comes back as an 8 or a 10, we get 1 point. And if we're 2 or more off, we get 0 points. And if for some mad reason we get half grades, that will still count towards a full grade. So if we predict a 8 and it comes back an 8.5, we still get 2 points for that, because we're not going to make stupid half grade predictions. And then also remember, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you some beautiful cards that we're going to send in for the next prediction video. But let's just jump straight into the ones that we had sent off last time. So we sent off 20, but we actually sent off 22, but only 20 will count towards the predictions. Here's a beautiful PSA graded Pikachu VMAX. We actually pulled this from our S4 booster pack, so if you want to see my reaction to pulling this chunky boy, I was very happy. Unfortunately, this one's not for sale. It's going to stay in my private collection forever because it's an absolutely beautiful card. It's so beautiful, I'm just going to keep it in the background there just so I can see it a little bit more whilst the video is recording. And we had to sacrifice the Arcanine for the graded predictions, but I think I guessed around like an 8/9 for this, so that would have given me some points, I think. But this one wasn't included because we had to do 20. So this stack here is the 20 that we predicted. And I've got the sheet, the piece of paper here with all of the predictions and what grade and the grades and stuff and my total points. So first of all, we've got the beautiful Dragonite EX. So this one, unfortunately, I fortunately knew it might get knocked down for a bit because you can see right down the middle there. Can you see that weird print line going on there? You don't see that very often, but sometimes those EX series cards can kind of have that weird line going down there. But apart from that, it's in really nice condition. And I believe my list is a bit messed up at the moment. I do apologize for this. Yeah, so I actually predicted a 8 for this. So to get a 7, that's still good. That still gets me 1 point. So it just shows you I'm still within a certain range there. So that's a nice beautiful 8 for the Dragonite there. And this one, absolutely beautiful. We predicted a 9 for the Umbreon, and I was very happy when the Umbreon EX got a PSA 9. So just trying to figure out the lighting a bit better here. There you go, that's a bit better. So yeah, it's a bit reflecty. I'm going to put this away until we actually need to look at the single card. Just put the light back over here. That's better. So yeah, the Umbreon, absolutely beautiful. You can see there it's got that beautiful, like, very nice clean hollow pattern there. I'm not sure why this one. This one is in very good condition. I'm not sure why it would have gotten a 9 over a 10, but I predicted 9 because it's quite hard to get 10s on these. It's slightly off-centered top to bottom, so that might be a reason. But yeah, beautiful Umbreon. Remember, most of these cards, by the time this video goes out, will be actually available to purchase on our eBay store. So click the link in the description, go to the PlaySkape Games eBay store, and yeah, take a look. I will accept offers if you message me through Instagram or Facebook as well. They're reasonable offers. Beautiful Celebi EX. We just put this on our Instagram the other day. Absolutely gorgeous. I just look at this, guys. I absolutely just love that pattern. Look how it just sparkles there. It's really nice artwork. I need to watch out for that artist more in the future. So we predicted a 9 for the Celebi, and unfortunately we only got an 8 for this. So I think the centering is slightly left to right heavy on the centering. Potentially that might have knocked it down, and there might have been I think there's a few sort of scratches on the holo. It's quite hard to tell from here, obviously, but for the most part, it's a really clean example of a card, and tiny little nick in the bottom there. But apart from that, it's in really nice condition, and yeah, still get 1 point because we for the guess on that one. So beautiful Blastoise EX. I keep forgetting to do the reveal, but yeah, we actually predicted a 9 on the Blastoise EX. I'm quite disappointed that this one got an 8. Still a point though, still within the 1 point range, but yeah, there's some sort of slightly damaged corners. I don't know, slightly damaged corners, but centering's quite decent on this. There must have been a lot of holo scratching. That's quite hard to tell now that it's in the case, but I really like this one also because you can see there's a slight swell, holographic swell underneath Blastoise's belly there. But yeah, it's still a very popular card. First EX Blastoise, I think the only EX Blastoise card we got actually. So yeah, very happy on that. Aha, so here is the first edition Tyranitar. So unfortunately I was a bit ambitious with this one, predicting a 10. It only got a 9. I'm still very thrilled in that. So my sort of lesson that I've learned with these you know, these Wizards of the Coast cards and these older series cards, most of these cards are from older series, that I'm going to be a bit more harsh with my predictions, because I think when I first started grading cards, I think they were slightly, I don't know if they're slightly more lenient on Wizards era cards because they were receiving less at the time. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just now I'm hoping that grades are going to be slightly higher, but still a 9 on this. This is still worth over $700 as a 9. So yeah, because it's the very first, you can see there the first edition stamp. Still, you can still just about make it out. But yeah, beautiful Tyranitar there. The first ever appearance of Tyranitar in English. I'm still not sure why this one would have got a 9 over a 10, but it just needs to be completely flawless. There might be too many scratches on there or something. Can't really tell too much, but yeah. So this one's interesting. Shining Tyranitar. We predicted a 3 on this, and I had to actually go back and watch the video. I'm sorry, predicted 3. We actually predicted an 8 on this, but it got a PSA 3, so I should be getting a minus score for that, but we don't do minus scores because of so far out it was. But in all seriousness, it looked good, but I think only when I was watching it back the other day. I don't know whether you can see there. Can you see the light just hitting like a crease there on the back there? I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, I only noticed that watching the video back. I did my predictions at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was very tired, but it's, apart from that crease, this card deserves to be a 7/8. So I don't know why it got like a 3. It should have really been maybe like a 5 because of the creasing, because like most creases knock a card down to 5 or 6 on average. So I'm quite disappointed that it's only got a 3, but it's still a Shining Tyranitar, still a beautiful card. It's still the meme, you know, what shall I buy? There he is, Shining Tyranitar, beautiful card. And we got here the Shining Gyarados. So I predicted a 6 from this, and lo and behold, we actually got another prediction right. We didn't get that many spot on, but very happy to get the 6 on the Shining Gyarados. And that again, like with the Blastoise, there's like half of a swell going on there right at the end there. Imagine getting a Shining Gyarados card with the swell being like right where his mouth is. But yeah, absolutely beautiful, iconic Mitsuhiro Ken Sugimori artwork there, and 6 EX mint. Like most people, if they're not too fussy about the grade, most of the time they're normally happy with a 6, and I think this card deserves a 6. So yeah, very happy with that. Another Slowking. This one, unfortunately, I knew was not going to get a very high grade because there's lots of scratching here. But there is a beautiful swell right in the middle for a change. You can see just the holo swell right there. Swells don't affect pricing very much, but yeah, lots of centering, like not centering, lots of sort of surfaces, scratches, and yeah. But so I was hoping for a 7 on this. It got a 6, so it's not too far off. In fact, I actually predicted 8 on this, but I need to be a bit more harsher with holo scratches. Yeah, but still a beautiful Slowking first edition. You can still see there again the first edition stamp from Neo Genesis. Beautiful card. Now we're getting into some Zords. Finally got to the Zords. So beautiful Blaine's Charizard Japanese holo there, and we've got the English one coming up as well. So absolutely gorgeous. I think the centering must have let this one down. You can see it's quite left to right heavy there on the centering, and top to bottom actually, now that you notice it. And surface doesn't look overly clean, but I'm still very happy to get a PSA 8 on this. We predicted a 9, but still a beautiful card. Looks great, and yeah, one for the Charizard fans. And here is his English cousin. So it's normally a lot harder to get cleaner English cards because the print quality and stuff. So fun fact, I actually predicted a 8 on this one, and it got an 8. So very, very happy with that. That's sort of a slightly harder grade. I think again, like centering, it's slightly left to right there, and little bits of edge wear like on the corners. You can see a few dots on the bottom there, but for the most part, absolutely beautiful card. And yeah, very, very happy on the 8 of that one. So this one was quite disappointing. I only predicted 2 10s out of all of the old cards. The Tyranitar was a bit of a stretch, but I was hoping for this one. I should have gone for 9 realistically because of the centering. You can see like left to right on the Dark Charizard there. It's quite left on the centering, but other than that, I thought it was in really good condition. I couldn't see anything overly wrong with it. I should have gone for 9. I went for 10 annoyingly, but it only got an 8. So that I'm quite disappointed with that one, but it's still a beautiful, beautiful card. Iconic Team Rocket Dark Charizard there, and yeah, just like with all the other cards, click the link in the description, go to our eBay store if you want to make an offer, or if you message me directly through Instagram or not YouTube, don't message me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter or Facebook pages, you can we can work out a deal, roughly around 10-15% discount on the eBay price. So here's the Dark Charizard English version. I knew this one wasn't going to get a very high grade. I think actually I was the most impressed with the prediction on this one. So lots and lots of dirt there on the corners. Edge wear is not great. Centering's quite good, but lots and lots of hollow scratches. Again, it's quite hard to see in this lighting, but I predicted a 5 on this, and look at that, spot on. So I'm glad I got at least one of the mid-range sort of grades correct. Actually, I got the Shining Gyarados on the 6 correct, so I think I'm better at predicting 5s and 6s than I am for 9s and 10s, but for vintage cards. But we're going to do the pile that we've got here to do predictions on after we showed off these cards. That will be there will be well, where am I going with this? They're mostly modern cards, so I'm going to see if I can improve my score, and in the future we'll do a mix of modern and vintage, and see if we can just, like, you know, get a better average sort of over time. So yeah, Dark Raichu, this one was in really nice condition. I was expecting the 8 on the centering. From here looks very good. Hollow looks decent from here. I knew there was a few sort of corner issues on this, would kind of let it down, but I was expecting an 8 on this and I predicted an 8, so it's quite disappointing the 7, but at the end of the day, rare cards, you know, well, not rare, but you can even see that's a nice little, tiny little swirl behind Raichu there, but still the first ever secret rare and a beautiful Raichu card. So here is the Magneton. I was very happy with the prediction on this. I was expecting this is the only time that I predicted lower, and this was actually an 8. I predicted a 7 on this, and this is the only time I predicted lower and I got a higher grade, so apart from the very last card, which I'm very excited to show you about. But yeah, I might actually not sell this one just yet because there's been a slight retrace on first edition base because the YouTuber hype has died down slightly, and I think it'll take people a few more months to realise like how rare and harder to find first edition bases in good condition. So I'm probably going to hold on to the Magneton, but all of the other cards listed will be available on our eBay store. So yeah, very happy with the 8 on that. Very happy. So another game Charizard, not first edition, this is just base set Charizard. You can see there, no first edition stamp, just regular, ordinary, unlimited Charizard, same one likely you and me had as a kid. So the corners were there was obviously quite a lot of edge wear. I was kind of expecting a 6 on this. I predicted a 6. I got a 5. There isn't that much difference price-wise between a 5 and a 6. It only really starts to jump up around like the 7 mark. But yeah, still very happy to get a 5 for that. And we still got 1 point towards the predictions this week. So here's the Blastoise, Shadowless Blastoise. This one's quite disappointing as well. I thought this was quite clean. The holo looked quite nice. Slightly off on the centering. There probably was a very small micro indent or crease that I missed when I was looking at this carefully, because this card really deserved an 8. Fortunately, I got a 6, which is probably indicative of there being a crease or a micro indent on the card. But you can see there, Shadowless Blastoise, no shadow around the portrait, so you know it's from a Shadowless booster pack, and slightly rarer than the unlimited like ones that we saw. For example, this Charizard. So this Charizard is probably one of the most recent print runs. It was the third print run, and the Shadowless one was the first print run. But yeah, still very happy to get a Blastoise Shadowless. Dragonite from Fossil. So we predicted a 7 on this. There was a lot of scratching. We probably predicted an 8 on this. There's a lot of scratching on the holo. But other than that, it looked quite in decent condition. A little bit of edge wear whitening. Got a 6. That's quite disappointing, but I think there was a bit more scratches on the holo than I first looked at. But this is a learning experience. Like, I am very slowly learning about qualifying criterias for Wizards of the Coast cards. I'm pretty much on the ball most of the time with English sort of modern cards and Japanese modern cards, because I'm a lot more used to this, but I'm dealing with a lot of Wizards of the Coast, so we're getting a bit better now. Beautiful Meganium. I love this one. This is probably one of the nicest swirls right there in the corner. Absolutely beautiful. Right in the top, right there. Lovely. The holo is quite clean. It's slightly left to right. So the centering kind of let that one down a bit. And general edge wear and tear. So I actually predicted a... where was the Meganium? I actually predicted a 7 on this. So 6 is fine. Not far off there. And it's almost like a double swell. If you look at that, it almost looks like a double swell, like 2 swells going in on each other. That's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, the Meganium there. And last but not least, we're coming to the meat of it, guys. Here it is. The star of the show. Well, I thought it would be the star of the show until I got my grades back. But yeah, the star of the show, Lugia, very popular. PSA 10 copy of this card. I kid you not, sold for $125,000 a few weeks ago on the auctions. You can see there once again the first edition stamp, very first print run, first appearance of Lugia. Ignore that. That's actually just from that little liner. That's just from the sleeve that I put in. I'm going to put it in a new sleeve soon. But other than that, the card was quite clean for the most part. But what let it down, unfortunately, is centering, very left to right heavy, and there's quite a bit of holo scratching. I predicted an 8 on this. We got a 7, which is quite... The jump from 7 to 8 is actually quite... something like $500 to $800. So I'm quite sad I didn't get an 8. But I think 7, you know, with the centering and the scratches on the holo on reflection is a very fair one on this. And it's still, as a 7, it's still worth over $1,500 at the moment. So still a very sought after and popular card. People just want the Lugia. They just want the white Charizard. They absolutely love it. So put that at the back there, next to Pikachu. And yeah, last but not least, so you may think, why is the Rocket Snorlax here? Well, I'll just show you. It got it got a Gem Mint 10. I could not believe this. So I predicted a 9 for this. I'm more than thrilled to get a Gem Mint 10 from this. This is the only 10 from all of the cards that I predicted. This is roughly only 50 to 60 copies, pristine sort of Gem Mint 10, PSA grade 10. I thought it was going to get a 9. I thought I saw a few holo scratches. I thought maybe it was centering, might have slightly left it down. But look on reflection, it looks very well centered. I can't see anything obviously wrong with the back. And the centering on the back is actually perfect. Centering on the back's not overly important. You've got a 25 to 75 margin of error for the back. The front's more important. You need to be within like 55, 45 or 60, 40 roughly for the front. But yeah, very happy with this. At the moment, there's none currently listed on eBay. Mine should be the only one on eBay at the moment, and the last one sold for $2,000 to US dollars. So absolutely crazy. These 2 cards almost pay for the if I can find a buyer for roughly the same price that they sold for in the same conditions, these 2 cards alone will go for the price almost that I paid for the entire stack of these vintage ones, minus the Pikachu. I pulled Pikachu from the booster pack, but yeah, absolutely thrilled with that. There is the Rocket Snorlax PSA 10. Again, if you're interested in any of these cards, please send me a message on Facebook or Discord or Instagram or Twitter or any of those various messaging places. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do grading predictions for the next send-off. So once again, we're going to be doing 20 cards, and we're going to be doing 20 cards, but this time it's mostly modern. So we did mostly vintage for the last. Well, I think that's all vintage. Yeah, it's all vintage for the last one. And this time we're going to do mostly modern. So that way, let's say we can improve our score. For all of these, we got 19. So we predicted 20 cards, so only get 19 points. It's quite disappointing. So we're going to try and improve that with modern, and in the future we'll just mix up the modern and the vintage. So start off with absolutely beautiful CP6 Evolutions reprint Charizard in Japanese. So I need to be extra critical on this, looking at the holo scratches. As far as I can see, it's a very, very, very clean example. Centering looks perfect on this, I would say. Looking at the back, I think, you know, I can't see anything obviously wrong with it. I'm going to take these cards completely out of their sleeves because I really need to look critically at these. Yeah, doesn't look like it's got any bends or micro indents. You should also always look along the sort of the length way of the card if you can, just to see if it looks straight. Honestly, I can't see anything wrong with this card. I know I predicted 10 on that Dark Charizard before, and I got an 8, but it would surprise me if, I mean, I don't know. I really can't see anything wrong with this. Please leave a comment below. Do you see anything wrong with this Charizard? I'm going to predict 10, just because I think it looks flawless, and that's just me. If I had my own grading company, I probably won't ever have my own grading company, but I would happily give this a 10. I can't see anything wrong with this. If it gets a 10, I might even resubmit it for a Beckett to try and get a black label or a pristine 10. That would be awesome. So more Zards. We got the Darkness Ablaze VMAX. Very good print quality for Darkness Ablaze in 2020. Very good print quality. Centering looks great on this. Can't see anything obviously wrong with the centering. Top right, left bottom looks fine. So there's a slight, I don't know, slight bit of scratching on the sides there. But other than that, this card looks absolutely flawless to me. I'm very happy to once again say 10 on this because we're in modern now. We're away from vintage. I can't see anything obviously wrong with this. There's a strong light right here. I can't see any other dents or indents or anything. So we're going to go for 10 on the VMAX Charizard. Speaking of Charizard, here is another one. So here we got the Champions Path Elite Trainer Box. Remember, you can win a Champions Path Elite Trainer Box. Just subscribe to the channel, and when we get to 2,000, we're going to be doing a giveaway. But yeah, here is the Champions Path Charizard Elite Trainer Box promo. I've had a couple of 9s. I've had one 9 back already, so I think potentially these are going to be slightly harder to grade because of the way they're distributed in the promos. But on first glance, I can't see anything wrong with this. Just trying to like catch the light in the right places. There might be there's some slight like surface scratching at the top, but it's very light. It's slightly left to right or right to left, but I'm not sure. The corners look okay. It's not bent. I'm not as confident with this based on my last one, but this one looks pretty clean. This probably will get a 10, but I think I'm going to predict a safe 9 on this one. I'm happy to take the risk on that one. Okay, so we're back. I just had to answer a quick phone call there. So we're still going through the predictions. Here is the boy himself, and you can see straight away there's that staff stamp on the Charizard. So this one's actually quite interesting. I'm a bit worried about this one. So not for obvious reasons, I'll show you in a moment. But yeah, you can see the staff stamps there. So you know it's only given away to staff members. I purchased this of a lovely man from, I believe he was from Canada. I purchased this from a lovely man from Canada. And yeah, absolutely glorious. As far as I can see, the holo is super clean. Centering looks very good. Sometimes you get centering issues with staff promos. And the back, for the most part, looks good. And the astute among you will notice what I'm talking about. This is going to be quite interesting. Look at that. You can actually see here the staff stamp. This normally doesn't happen with staff promos, but the staff stamp has gone through the card. This is very interesting. I wouldn't call this I don't know if I'd call this a misprint or an error. I don't know what I'd call this, but this probably won't get a PSA 10 because of that. I don't even know if this is going to be meaning it will get a PSA 6 because it's like a, you know, because it's a factory issue. I don't know, because it might count as indented. I really, really don't know. Because I'm just more going to send this in just for my own amusement. If it gets a PSA 6, I might just ungrade it and keep it in my collection. And just I don't know what I'll do with it. But yeah, you can see the staff logo there. If it wasn't for that, I would say definitely a PSA. I would say definitely a PSA 9. That would be my guess on that. But I'm gonna guess PSA 9, but that's based on it, you know, them not knocking down that because of the edgeware. Another phone call. Right, let's go. So we got the Lugia here, the staff Lugia. So this came from the same person, but as you can see here, the indent of the staff stamp is not showing through. At least I can't see it. So it looks like the card is clear for the most part. As far as I can see, this is a beautiful example of a card. It's got the raised corners that sometimes if you see that, can you see like the top there? How it looks like the corners are slightly raised on the edges, but apart from that, it looks in really nice condition, very clean. Lugia is, as you know, Lugia is probably like one of the top, easily amongst the top 10 most popular Pokemon. Um, yeah, this one looks super clean. I like how the staff stamp's slightly higher than normal. I don't think that's going to make any difference for the grade or anything. On the holo, it looks clean for the most part. But yeah, I think just because I know, like, because of that sort of raised corner there, it looks clean otherwise. It looks like in great condition. I'm gonna go for a 9 on this. I'm not confident enough to say it'll get a 10 based on like previous experience grading staff promos, but still a beautiful 9 on the Lugia there. Speaking of Lugia, we got the beautiful Shining Lugia from 2017 Shining Fates. So these are shot up like nobody's business in the past few months, like last year or so, because it only came in that expensive box, and those boxes are sold out, like the premium collection. If I can remember, click the image above and you can actually see me opening the Shining Legends Ultra Premium Collection or Premium Box or whatever it was. But yeah, unfortunately with this, lots of these, let's see if we can get it focused. There are lots of these Shining Lugias you can see in the top middle there. Lots of these Shining Lugias, of course, they're stuck in with those stupid pull tab things. A lot of them get damaged straight out of the box. I actually tried to take scissors and knives to the boxes that I was opening up to break down for these promos to try and get them out cleanly. So unfortunately, this is not going to get a 9. It's probably not going to get an 8. But I think because of just how popular it is, it's still worth getting the card graded now, and it's got some corner edgeway there. I don't think that damage on the back is going to be enough to make it count as like quote unquote creased, a crease grade, so like PSA 5. Because other than that, it looks in other than the damage on the side there, it looks like it's in really nice condition. So I'm going to give this a PSA 7. That would be my guess, because that damage will put it down, but I don't think it's going to make it like crease damage, if you know what I mean. So more staff promos, but we're going a bit farther back now. We're going to Machamp. Unfortunately, I never got a chance. I think I might have had a staff Charizard ages ago, but I think it only got a 7 or an 8, and I sold it very quickly. But yeah, staff evolutions, pre-release promos, very popular because they have the original OG artwork. Once again, you can see the staff stamp only given to... These ones are distributed in basic energy boxes, actually, not in sealed packs. So they're a lot more likely to be scratched, have creases, indents and stuff. And you can see that there's quite a lot of scratching. I don't know if the light's catching it properly on the camera, but there's quite a lot of scratching on the holo there. Centering is slightly left to right, but centering is quite decent, I would say. On the back, it's not so great, but I think it's still within the criteria. There's a slight nick on the top there. I think we're still going to get a PSA 8 on this. It might be a 7, but I think 8's a very reasonable grade for this still, considering that the fronts. It's still quite a clean example of the staff Machamp from Evolutions. Next up is the Eevee on the Ball futsal promo. So I've been wanting to grade a few of these just to see like roughly what they've gotten, because the Pikachu special delivery card, most of them are coming back 9s because of holo scratches. This one hasn't got a holo, but it's still put in the sealed pack, so sometimes it can get scratches from the sealed pack on being just like manhandled and stuff. This one's one of my more cleaner examples, but I still think this one, just because of, again, you've got the slight corners there, like at the top there, like you've got like slight bit of, I don't know what it is, but it's still a very, very nice example of the Eevee card. This one is also slightly right to left centered, exclusive only for England. We don't know when we're going to get Scorbunny and Sobble yet, but we've got the Grookey as well. But thought I'd grade the Eevee on the Ball promo, and yeah, I think this one's going to get a PSA 9. It's very good condition. It wouldn't surprise me if it got a 10, but I think the 9 is a safe one for that. And here is the iconic card of 2019, the Articuno, Zapdos and Moltres stained glass, quote-unquote stained glass promo. Very, very popular. Probably the most popular non-Charizard card, promo card of recent years. If you avoid Charizard and Pikachu, I think outside of the big Pokemon, the most popular Pokemon, this card is just like in a world of its own. I'm so glad they decided to put this as an Elite Trainer Box promo instead of being like a super rare pull from the set or distributing another way, because it's a very nice card, very, very, very beautiful. I just love this design, love this artwork. I just wish they made more stained glass promos, but then this one probably wouldn't be as special, I guess. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Centering is quite decent. It's slightly top to left bottom on this. and yeah, some slight scratching and dirt. So I think it might get an 8, but I'm hoping for a PSA 9 on this. It's quite hard to grade Elite Trainer Box promos because of the way they're distributed, but yeah, still hoping for a 9 on that. Here is another promo. This one is a lot more recent. This is probably one of the more recent cards on I was showing today. This is the beautiful Togepi and Clefairy and Igglybuff alternate art from the Small But Mighty collection. If you click the link above, you can see me open that box. Absolutely beautiful box. Very happy to get hold of this. Thank you so much to the lovely person who got this from me from the United States. And yeah, let's have a look at that. Looks super clean for the most part. Normally box promos, but thankfully they're put down with like lids nowadays instead of the pull tabs like the Shining Lugia was. So this is in very nice condition. I'm getting this graded because exclusive to the United States, maybe Canada and Australia as well, but not available in Europe. These are going for about 20-30 quid in Europe at the moment, maybe more. So I thought it'd be a good time to grade. This is one of my top 5 favorite alternate arts anyway. So I might even end up keeping this one in my collection if it gets a 9. But I think this has a half chance at a 10. But I'm going to go 9 again. Lots of these modern cards are going to be 9s, but sometimes I can be a bit, be a bit more sort of ambitious and predict 10s if I've got a bit more history with the card and can be a bit more confident with it. But 9's definitely the safe one for that. Right, this one I might be a bit more ambitious with the grade prediction. So beautiful, amazing rare Rayquaza, very popular. This has gone up from like, its lows of 14-15 pounds to around 25 now because people know that there's not much Vivid Voltage around. They just want to collect all the amazing rares, or just need them to complete their sets and stuff with it. There's lots of Rayquaza fans around anyway. So for the most part, this card is a super, super clean, amazing round. Very happy for the most part also that Vivid Voltage is a very sort of high quality print run. A few of them have centering issues, but as far as I can see, there's no major scratches on this, hollow scratches on this. It's quite hard to tell, but it looks like a super clean example. I'm going to go out of my way on this one and give this a very rare PSA 10 grade prediction because a few of them have centering issues, and this looks quite very clean compared to some of those other half art like the Eevee and some of the other cards we looked at earlier. I hope it comes back as a 10. 9 will still be great for any of the amazing rares though. So here we have the beautiful Champions Festival English promo. We got this from our PokePost last week. You can see there you got the 2016 gold stamp. Got the Kanto starters there and Psyduck, always the way with Festival, Tropical Wind, etc. promo cards from World Championships. This one was from San Francisco. You can see the tram and the bridge in the background there as well. Normally these have a lot of centering issues. Fortunately, as with most of these promos that are in the sealed packs, they just get like natural edge wear and tear and stuff. But this one is very well centered, unlike other World Championship promos I've graded recently. So normally these will kind of get 8s, but I'm thinking this one might get a 9. So I'm going to predict a 9 for the beautiful 2016 Champions Festival promo. Absolutely gorgeous. Next up is the Japanese version. These are obviously they're a lot more cleaner because they are from being printed in Japan. They must send the Japanese ones to the English factory to be, to be sort of combined into the sealed packs that we get. But yeah, super clean as normal for these Japanese promos. They just survive a lot better than the English ones. I can't see anything majorly wrong with this card. Centering looks great. Edges and corners look great. I'm going to be quite confident on my PSA 10 on this because most of my Champions Festivals Japanese cards come back as 10s. So I'm gonna go with another 10 for this one. So fingers crossed. Aha! Beautiful Eevee Scream promo. These have once again exploded in price and popularity recently. So unfortunately, this one is sort of quite left to right, heavy centered, left side of the border, as with a lot of the Psyduck promos. As you can see, you can even see like Psyducks in the background there, sort of stalking Eevee. Yeah, slight dot of whitening on the bottom there, but yeah, if it wasn't for the centering, I'd probably give it a 10, but I think this Eevee Scream promo, Muncher Retrospective number 287 promo, is going to get a PSA 9. So here is my beautiful Scream Pikachu that we got again recently. The centering is a lot better on this one than the Eevee and a lot of the Psyducks we get, because I think they're printed on different sheets potentially because they needed more of them to give out. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can spot it here. It's quite hard, it's going to be quite hard to spot it on this camera, but there is a very, it looks what looks like a very small micro indent right here where my thumb is. Just from the packaging, probably maybe not so much from the shipping. You can probably, the light's actually catching it. Can you see how the light sort of bounces from one side of the card to the other? Like if you see over here, it's just flat. It goes across flatly. You can see some of the dirt and stuff there, but see how the light catches it there. So that is a micro indent, and 90% likely PSA is going to catch on that. But other than that, it's a quite a clean example of the card. There's a few scratches actually on this as well. He has a few scratches, so I was hoping for a 6 actually, but I'm going to go for a 5 on this. I might, if this comes back as a 5 or a 6, I'm probably going to sell this and then try and purchase a PSA 9 outright, because I want to get 9s of all the screen promos. If you've got Mimikyu or a PSA 9 copy of this Pikachu, please let me know. I'd be very interested. And oh my goodness, here is Gobbled Up Pikachu, the Cramorant's Coco movie card. So very popular card. I got a lot of interest on Facebook when I shared images of it and stuff. Very beautiful. You can see there Pikachu is not having a good day. He's just come out of Christmas 2020. He's escaped 2020 and straight into a lockdown into Cramorant's mouth. He's definitely not having a good time. So it's actually called Gobbled Up Pikachu, which is amazing. Beautiful card. This one looks like, unlike the Scream Pikachu, it looks like to have come in very good condition. Can't see any obvious micro indents or creases. We'll just pass the light over it again quickly, just in case we can see it. This looks very clean, but because it's brand new, I'm not going to be as risky predicting. I'm going to be a little bit more riskier of predicting this because it's quite a high value card, but it looks very clean for the most part. But there might be some scratches and stuff I'm not picking up on. I'm going to go for a safe 9 on this. I could be risky on the 10 because it's probably likely to get a 10, but I'm going to go for a safe 9 on this. It's very, very clean example of a half art Japanese card. And here is the beautiful full art Pikachu SHW020 promo card from the collection box. These have just shot up in price. I'm surprised that they stayed as low as they did, but I think there's still enough supply for the few people that wanted them. A few YouTubers have been pointing out how underrated these cards are. And yeah, absolutely beautiful condition for the most part. Features all of the starters on it. This is one of the few cards like Japan gets, for like special looking cards that Japan gets, full art Pikachus that come across in our language. And yeah, it looks in great condition. It's slightly off-centered left to right, but that might be within the parameters. We've been a bit safe recently. I'm going to go for a 10 on this Pikachu. I think this looks a lot cleaner than the Gobbled Up Pikachu that we saw, but we'll have to see. I'm not sure. Probably the Gobbled Up Pikachu should have got the 10 and that should have got the 9 because of the centering, but so we're going to be a bit riskier. And here is, of course, Special Delivery Boy. Look at that. I picked this one in particular for this video. Look at that swell, guys, on the Holo 4 right next to the package. Absolutely beautiful. This might be the one that ends up in my personal collection. It depends on the grade. I've had sent off 3 so far, and they've all come back as 9s. So I'll probably keep this one in my collection if it comes back as a 9 because of the swell. If it comes back as a 10, I might be tempted to sell it. But yeah. Normally these struggle, not because of the condition of the card, but because of the holo scratches. And we're going to have a little pass over here. As far as I can see, it looks very clean. Don't know whether that's a bit of dirt there, like near his tail. Some weird lines going on there. And it looks like it's slightly off-centered left to right, but for the most part, it's a super clean card. But they've all come back 9s so far. I'm not going to be any braver and saying more than a PSA 9 on this, but yeah, Special Delivery Pikachu exclusive to the Pokemon Center launch in November in Canada, but you could order it from the United States as well, obviously. Beautiful full art Pikachu, absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy we got this in English because it looks like a promo, but it just came from the set. Beautiful left to right, centering's quite good. It's slightly right heavy on the centering. Yeah, but for the most part, beautiful card. And I do apologise if this video is dragging on for a bit. But yeah, I want to really give these cards a good look over. Some slight white and edge on the top there. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 9. PSA 9 on the Pikachu. And last but not least, the pride and joy from recent weeks is the English Pikachu VMAX number 188 Secret Rare. Vivid Voltage booster boxes, as I shared before from various sources, they completely sold out. There might be some small restocks coming, but I don't think there'll ever be enough to sort of quell the demand. So this card is currently £200+ and growing every single day. This is a super clean example. Back centering is a little bit off, but PSA don't really knock down for back centering. There's a slight bit of dirt or something on there, but it looks very clean for the most part. I've got another one which is slightly off center, but because the centering on this one looks probably spot on. Might be, I don't know, top to bottom. It's quite hard to tell top to bottom because you can only see the border on the bottom really, but for the most part this looks absolutely gorgeous. It could easily come back as a 9, but I'm going to predict 10. So because I've added the Japanese one to my collection, I'm probably going to end up selling this one when it comes back, so keep an eye on the eBay store for that in when it comes back in like a month or so. And yeah, but I just love these two cards. It's iconic. Vivid Voltage. Pikachu's my favourite. Yeah, if anyone gets a damaged one of these, I could be interested in a damaged or a creased one for my binder collection. But yeah, some absolutely beautiful cards. Hopefully we can get more than the 19. So remember, we get 2 points if we get the grade spot on, 1 point if we're within 1 grade of the correct grade, and 0 points if we're 2 or more off. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous submission, and I'm looking forward to getting these back. But yeah, I'd love to know what you thought about this month's sort of like PSA grading predictions and returns. You know, trying to put them all into one video. It's probably going to be quite a long one, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this has been educational. And yeah, please remember, if you want to get any of these beautiful PSA cards, please click the link in the description. Send me a message on WhatsApp or Instagram. And yeah, remember to subscribe to the channel, ding the bell, like the video. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm, especially if you leave a comment below. That really helps. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon, Pokemon fans. Gotta catch more. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, when we get to 2,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving away this beautiful Champions Path Elite Trainer Box to one of you lucky subscribers. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, keep supporting us, and one of you lucky people can win this amazing Elite Trainer Box with the Charizard V promo card in it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon, Pokemon fans. Gotta catch more.